So we moved into this home in early 2021, and slowly but surely I've been redesigning and decorating each room. I search for vintage and antiques everywhere. People always ask me what's my favorite antique mall. There's not one. I love them all. Hi, I'm Dorothy Collier, and this is my HGTV home tour in Memphis. I am a full-time studio artist. I paint oil paintings, I do some acrylics, and most recently, over the last couple of years, paint murals. I describe myself as the maximalist grand-millennial artist. Maximalist, I just want to have all the color, all the things stuffed in. When designing a home, it's kind of hard because that means a lot of collecting over time, but this is such a big space, so it kind of gets lost in the space. Welcome to my home. We are in the foyer. The centerpiece of it all is lots of dried florals, even some fake Lego florals. So the centerpiece of the foyer tablescape is my kind of obsession recently, is all the chinoiserie. And so this is one that I found in an estate sale. Blue and White is a collection that was handed down from my grandmother. My grandmother owned 2 antique stores, a Heritage House in Greenwood, Mississippi. The other one was called Streeter Spencer Antiques in Nashville. Actually, we are sitting in my favorite spot. This is kind of where I have my morning coffee and I read. We just painted this room. It's so bright in the mornings, and it just makes all of the pieces that I found that are really colorful pop. This paint color is Chantilly lace. It was recommended to me by my cousin, River Spencer, who is a well-known interior designer in New Orleans. I have found these egg chairs. This is the most fun focal point. It sounds kind of like a little oasis. It's a great reading nook. Got my bird collection. It kind of was one of those things where I started designing and finding some pieces, and then I was like, oh my goodness, I have a lot enough to put on a mantle. Over here I have my chessboard collection. I love finding the little marble ones. I was at an estate sale with my 8-year-old and he started playing chess, and so got that for him, and then just thought how gorgeous and pretty they were, so I started looking all over for them, and so that's been something fun to collect as well. We love to host, and the bar is always open here. This was a really fun find. I had it rewired, but it was well worth it. This chair I actually made when I was in college at Ole Miss, and that was my humble attempt at a chair. Welcome to the dining room. It is, again, one of my favorite rooms. We purchased the home with this color already on the walls, and I loved it so much. It's like a kind of a peachy coral. These candlesticks were a Valentine's gift to myself last year. This peacock is the first peacock painting I've done of many over the years, and I've paired it with the sideboard that I repainted, and I love these little crystal ball knobs I found. I had these chairs recovered in this awesome fabric that my artist friend, local Memphis artist Kyle Taylor, had with his Memphis toile pattern. He was selling the design with blue on white as a wallpaper, and I was like, can you please make it into a pink pattern? So more chinoiserie. Again, these are always rotating when I'm finding more and then selling, and they're coming and going, so it's always fun to see the cycle of them. I have one of my paintings from a Positive Vibes series that I did. So this is just a mantra. Since this is an older historic home, I still want to have my twist without negating the history of this home. I think that accessories really kind of bring to life the fun. So I've got needle points that are a nod to the timeless, but then fun modern twist. This is my most recent DIY little craft. about 2 or 3 years worth of needlepoint finds. I was collecting them. I knew I wanted to do something with them. I was kind of thinking I would recover a sofa or a love seat, but I found this blank dollhouse. Lots of different fun needlepoints. We've got like a fawn, animals over here, lots of florals, and then the jacquard ribbon and some tassels to complete the look. My proudest DIY moment for this home is the painted back staircase. With our third child, I started having like nesting hormones right away, and that back staircase was this gross dated brown carpet. In like week 1 of knowing I was pregnant, I was ripping it up. I would do like one color all the way down and then let it dry, go back up the stairs, another floral color. So it was kind of just like a pet project that lasted way too long. I love painting murals. It'd take a lot to paint another staircase. The stained glass is the focal point of the home. This was an addition from the third homeowners, the Gratzes, Dr. and Mrs. John Gratz. Mrs. Gratz was Susan Birch, maiden name, and her father, Lucius Birch, was Martin Luther King's lawyer during the sanitation strike. So it's a little Memphis fun fact. I love that the previous owner matched this wallpaper with it. Great busy pattern, but when you step back from it, it really just ties it all together. This is the primary bedroom, and I kept a very calm blue. It was already painted this color with these curtains. They were already here, and I loved them. Of course, I'm going to love them. They're chinoiserie. I have this Artemis Diana bust collection. I think I started with this one, and it just kept on evolving once I realized that I could put my jewelry on it and style it on the radiators. These old homes all have radiators. It's a really warm heat. It feels really good. So it's here to stay, and it's just another surface to style. This is kind of my vanity area where I get ready in the morning. I really love my brass swan mirror. That was a really fun find. I don't know if I've ever found like a bed frame that I really love. I feel like they're either so old and about to fall apart, or they are too modern for my taste. I found this screen on Facebook Marketplace. It had some tacky like green jewels on each of the peacock feathers, and I rub and buffed it because, you know, adding gold makes everything better. A recent find were these lacquered nightstands. Paired it with our dog Oxford's portrait that my mom painted as a holiday gift one year. He is now 12 years old. We got him right after we were married, and so it's very sweet. He's like, we call him our forever puppy because he never grew, and he's just a little lap pup. We recently finished the primary bathroom renovation. It was a closet, but everything fits. My favorite part of this whole room is the vanity, where I found the sideboard down the street in an antique mall and paired it with these blue and white bowl sinks that I found on the internet. This room was a very deep powdery blue and had a shag carpet. So we kind of made it into a deep study feel with this burgundy to match the stained glass. The windows I wanted to keep open in here so that the light coming in, the afternoon light, comes through the stained glass and it really lights up the foyer. Up atop the door frame, I have the sign, the original sign from Heritage House, my grandmother's antique shop that was in Greenville, Mississippi. I remember like pulling up to her shop and knowing that it was going to be like a little escape and that I'd always find something new. The new nursery, I wanted to go with a little circus theme. It's kind of like what was finding me when I was looking for pieces. I found these incredible cutouts from an event planning company. They had this tiger that was jumping with a party hat. I was like, that's perfect. Over the bed, I wanted to highlight the cute little baby boy clothes that my husband once wore and my oldest son wore. So we have his Coca-Cola overalls, and this is my favorite, the Lil Dribbler basketball. We are a basketball family. Loved this piece. It was very bright and very fun, of the Oxford Square. I also found this carousel at an estate sale, and it has been already very loved by my children. It's been glued back already a couple of times, but the craftsmanship on here is just amazing. My tip for finding vintage, or if you're wanting to start a collection, is like, I would just say what speaks to you, and then having like 3 to 5, 7 odd numbers. Styling in odd numbers is really good because it makes your eye keep flowing. Find one-offs, and then, you know, a year and a half later, you'll have found 5. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more home tours just like this. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.